All right, so let's get this party started. So I moisturized previously with my Pond's moisturizer. And now I'm going to work on my brows with my NYX Brow Pencil in the shade of Brunette. I really love this pencil. First of all, I think it's between $5 and $7, no more than that. And it's easy to handle. The tip is just fine enough, but it's not too fine. So I really like doing my brows with this pencil. Now, I'm not doing much or shaping these days because I actually have a microblading appointment scheduled for February. So I would like to have as much brow hair as I possibly can until it's time for me to do that. So I'm just shading. I want it to look natural, not too terribly drawn on or anything. Now I'm going to prime my eyelids with my Born This Way concealer, and this is actually the only product I'm using that's over $10, and it's because I don't have anything else right now. So I saw a makeup artist say that you shouldn't do this because concealer has a little bit of oil in it and your eyelids produce moisture or produce oil. But once I apply it, I'm going to set it with my Milani setting powder, and this helps my shadows go on the best. Now we're setting it. Okay, now I'm using my Royal Affair eyeshadow palette that's by BH Cosmetics. It sells for $8.99. And I'm going to start off with a light brown shade, one that I thought was actually going to be a little lighter than it is. Another thing about me priming my eyelids is I feel like it really acts also as like a transition kind of. So I'm just going to apply that and start blending it up towards my brow and kind of into right where my nose begins. And I started that above the crease. Now I'm going to take like a reddish color and add it. And we're going to blend those together as much as we can. Now the darkest shade is going to go in my outer corner and right into my crease. And I'm going to blend. I'm just going for a soft eyeshadow look, but I'm going to pop some shimmery pink just right onto my lid and in the inner corner. And I actually sprayed my brush with some setting spray just to wet it because I feel like the shadows pop better when they're wet. Now I'm going to go back in with some more of the darkest color just to make it seamless and blend it out. Now I'm going to line my upper lids with my NYX liquid liner pencil, which I really like because tip is so long and it's so easy to control. And it actually goes on, it looks wet, but it dries to a matte black finish. I just do a really thin line and flick up a slight bit because I have small eyes and I find when I drag it down, it closes up the eye. Now I'm popping on my Kiss lashes. And they did not have the ones that I typically use, so these are a little bit thicker, but I'm gonna work with them today. A small secret that I'm here is that I have tried every eyelash glue on the shelf, and the only thing that works for me is bonding glue. And I know some people are like, you shouldn't use that on your lashes, but it works for me. Now I'm priming with my e.l.f. primer. And I just like to put a little bit on my cheeks where I have some visible pores. And I'm gonna just pat it kind of in my skin, just so that I can start with a smooth base. Now I have a few little dark spots from some blemishes that I had due to a breakout, so I am gonna color correct a few of those, but just a tiny bit with my, I think that is HD color corrector. I want to say that's by Black Radiance, but I'm gonna link it below. And I'm not gonna do the whole around the mouth and all that stuff today because this is soft glam. And I'm still not 100% sure what that means. And I just tap it in with my finger. Now, I told you guys I took it back to the old school with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I am 335. Fenty just does not have anything to offer me this winter, so I went back to what I know. Now I'm going to spray my Morphe setting spray over the top of it and dry it. The foundation blends out so much better like this. Now I like to start laying my foundation down with a flat brush. Oh, look at how that goes on. So nice. And I have to dance a little bit. And sing. All right, now I'll take my wet beauty blender and just start pouncing the foundation into my skin so that I can have a more natural look. I'm gonna bring some light back to my face with my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer. And I want a really natural look, but the truth of the matter is when you have on makeup, it looks like makeup. It's almost like when you have on a wig. When you have a wig on, it looks like you have a wig on most of the time. Now you can make it look better, but it's gonna look like you have makeup on. Now I start blending that out lower, and then I'll bring it up to my under eye area just so that I have less product on my sponge, because if you have fine lines under your eyes, you don't want to put too much concealer under there. And Can't Stop, Won't Stop is kind of thick, I think. Now I'm gonna set the entire face. Oh, I had to dab on them first with my Milani setting powder. Now, I haven't been using a lot of powder lately because I have really been enjoying the way my makeup looks without it. But this is soft glam, so I just set the look. And things got a little bit out of control. Now I'm going back into my palette with a flat brush, and I'm gonna take that darkest color and just smudge out my bottom lash line just to give me a more sultry look. I will apply it with this brush, and then I will come back in with a blending brush that has a tip on it just to smudge it out. And I'll take my Ulta eyeliner pencil and just line my waterline. Now some mascara to finish off my falsies and on the lower lash line. Take my bronzer and just darken up, I guess, the perimeter of my face. It's funny, I was using a brush that I don't normally use to do this because my other brushes were all wet. And I'm gonna add some right under my cheekbones. And just a little bit. I didn't want to do a full-on contour. And then I'm gonna just blend it out with this brush because it seemed to work better. Now, this is my favorite part, which is highlighting. And I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild in, I think it's Golden Flower Child. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit. I added some right under my brow. Down the bridge of my nose, little on my chin. And I'm lining my lips with, I think that is a NK Cosmetics pencil. I'll link it below. A cheapie. You can't forget the Carmex. And I was showing you that I have an entire drawer of Morphe Freebird. My favorite lip gloss ever. And then I did sneak a little bit of Fenty's Diamond Milk right in the middle. Full disclosure, it costs more than $10. Now I'm just setting it all together. And this is the final look. This is my version of soft glam. I was pleased with the way that it turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until I see you again, be blessed and bye for now.